everyone, and welcome back to my vlog. This week is a really exciting week because we have some good reads lined up, but then also we're going on a trip. I am so excited about this. Me and my husband and our dog Scoot are going to a getaway house, and I am just so pumped for it because it's like a fun 2.5-day trip, but it's not really taking too much PTO. It's not that long of a drive, and we just get to go visit a part of Virginia that we don't normally get to visit. So I'm really looking forward to it, and the vibes should just be absolutely immaculate. So we'll have some fun like pack with me and traveling content in here too. So I'm really excited to take you all along on that, but let's talk about the books that we're going to be reading this week. So first, I'm going to be reading Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing by Daisy Haites. I'm about 55 pages into it now, and I'm very fortunate that this is one of the shorter Magnolia Parks universe books because book club is on Wednesday and it's Monday now, and I need to finish this. So we have a lot of reading to do tonight and tomorrow and probably somewhere in between too. So I'm really already enjoying this so much. These characters are just like home, and I just really enjoy being with them, and it's toxic and it's messy, but it's also kind of comforting in an odd way. Next, I'm getting out of my audiobook slump and I am picking one up, and that is Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala. And I am very much excited for this because I have been in my like cozy mystery era, and I want to find something that made me feel like Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers did. And I'm hoping that this might be close. We already have some aunties action, so you know I love the aunties. And then we have a really fun food component as well, so I am really looking forward to this and getting back into my audiobooks. And then the third book, once we finish Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing, is going to be A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Catherall. This is one of my NetGalley arcs, and it comes out mid-April, I believe. So I want to make sure that I get that read, and I actually have a special edition of it coming, so I want to make sure that I love it, obviously. But I'm really excited for this one. I have seen really good reviews on it so far, and I think it's going to be very vibey, so I'm really looking forward to it. So with all of that, let's get into just a super fun week. I am just stoked for it. I think it's going to be so much fun. It's kind of a lot at work right now, but we only have a few more days to go before we are off to the mountains and hopefully just touching some grass and relaxing for a minute. So I will see you all in a bit. Good morning everyone, and happy Tuesday. Last night I just read and edited, so it was just nothing fun at all, but I do have a reading update. So I'm officially in. Forgive me, you are the first people I have talked to this morning, so sometimes my words don't work right. But I am 140 pages into Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing, and wow, I love this world so much. And I was watching Destiny Sidster's vlog the other day, watching her read Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, and she described Jess's writing so well. She just said like her writing is alive. Like it feels like a conscious stream of thought, and I'm not saying that it's like necessarily good writing, but it is really like capturing. It makes you just want to keep reading. It's easy to read, but also like very hard hitting. So I've had such a good time with it so far. I can't say too much about the plot because we have, I mean, this is the second in the Daisy Haites part of the series, but I am just having such a good time. I love seeing Daisy, Christian, and most importantly, Julian again. I was really hoping that we would just get more of him in this book, and I think that we are based off of what happened in Magnolia Parks The Long Way Home. So I am just so looking forward to it. Also, like I have mentioned, I enjoy the Daisy Haites books more because it just has a bit more plot to it, because the Haites family is like crime lords, and I guess more so than that, they are art thieves, and that's kind of fun. So in Magnolia Parks, Magnolia always like rattles off what the brands of different clothes are, but Daisy will rattle off like what weapon it is, or like what type of gun it is, or what art piece it is. So that makes it a bit more interesting to me, and yeah, it just progresses things more quickly. And we also just have obviously a little bit more of higher stakes scenarios here. But yeah, so I am really enjoying this. I can't believe we're already 140 pages in and something hasn't progressed already. But I think that that is so crazy because, I mean, this is like a 380-page book, and we are going to have so much development. Like, this build is, it's definitely building, and I can't wait to see it all like come to fruition here in a minute. So also, since this is the first update that I'm giving, I never recommend the Magnolia Park series. It is extremely triggering and toxic, and I just never encourage anybody to do that to their mental health, but I eat it up. I love it. I love every second of it. So I would definitely recommend reading the first Magnolia Parks, but as soon as you get to something, you're like, oh, that's annoying. That's going to happen a lot, like a lot, a lot, a lot. So just go ahead and maybe just move on from the series. But if you are like me and just happen to love this series for whatever reason, welcome. You're in good company. But I am just really enjoying my time with it. So tonight we are definitely gonna have to read a lot. I'm very hopeful that I'll be able to get at least most of this book finished because, like I said earlier, book club is on Wednesday and this is the book we were supposed to read, and I just had a lot going on this past weekend, so I didn't read as much, but that's okay. We are making do and we will go from there. Also, when I sat down to edit the vlog last night, I had like over an hour of footage and I was like, who are you? So few people, like, I don't really have that many subscribers right now, and that's okay. But I was like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you talking so much? But I mean, I'm also in 5 minutes into an update on a Tuesday morning, so that's that. So let's go to work. We can edit the vlog and then continue to read. I cannot wait to show you all this travel content this weekend. I'm just so much looking forward to it. I have in college, we always called like really horrible weeks like hell weeks, and that is definitely what I'm in the middle of. I just have so much going on at work that I can't wait to just be in the great outdoors and kind of unwind from that for a minute, and I am just really looking forward to it, and I can't wait to capture it all with you. And with that, I will see you all in a bit. Oh, wait, you guys, oh my gosh, okay. So I obviously am back 3 seconds later because I checked my grad school assignment and it was my last project of the semester. Exceeds expectations. My final grade for the overall class for the semester is an A, so go me. If you all have been here for a minute, you know that I've been struggling this semester, so I am so jazzed to just have a minute to breathe before the next one starts in April. So amazing. What a great way to start a Tuesday. And now I can just focus on this for a little bit and reading, and how amazing, how absolutely amazing. So yay for that. It's gonna be a great day. I'm calling it. Hey there everyone, it is later now, obviously. So it is almost 6 p.m. and that is fantastic news for me because I have already ate. So now I have 3 full hours to do what I need to do, and that would be a lot of reading. I don't have any updates on Daisy Haites right now. I shared them with you all this morning, but I wanted to give you all an update on the audiobook that I'm reading this week, which is Arsenic and Adobo. So this story is following our main female character, Lila, who has just moved back to her town where all of her family lives after she went through a really horrible breakup, and she's helping her aunt by working in her business, and they have this really horrible food critic who can't stop coming to their restaurant but also writes pretty negative reviews about it, and just happens to be Lila's ex-boyfriend. And he, after eating some of their food, just drops dead, just as donezo. Now the restaurant is under investigation to see if it was the food that killed him, and now I believe Lila and her friend are going to do some sleuthing around to try to figure out what they can about the case. And it turns out that Lila's best friend's brother is a lawyer that Lila has just conveniently always been attracted to. So he's providing the legal counsel. So we have a lot of things going on here, but I am really liking the food elements of this. I really enjoy hearing how the family all comes together and how sacred the kitchen is. I think that that's really sweet. I need to talk about this for a second because everybody's like, oh, like it's a cozy mystery. And I find very little cozy about a family who is being wrongly accused of murking a person whose business now might not make it because they are being shut down so that the inspectors can inspect and everything. And that makes me very anxious. And I'm like, "Ah, but they're such good people. Why is this happening to them?" This is an issue with being an empath, and I don't really enjoy that because what an inconvenience to not be able to enjoy a cozy mystery. And I feel like I will find coziness after I've read maybe 50 books of these and I can get the plot and kind of the progression of the story down. So I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna be a happy ending. And like I kind of know, like it's gonna be a fine ending, like it's all gonna turn out fine. That's why it's a cozy. But like I know, but I don't know, you know? I'm enjoying it though. I think it's fun. It's just like cute. It's nothing crazy. I'm really looking for a book to give me the same feeling that Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jessie Q. Sutanto gave me, and I have yet to find it. And maybe this will be it, but I'm still not sure. We'll see. So we are going to do an hour of walking, and I don't know how much I talk about this, but I really like to do about an hour of walking and reading a night. It's like a good habit stacking thing for me. Like I know that I love to read, and obviously that is kind of a sedentary hobby. So being able to pair it with walking really helps me out, and then it's also good for like food digestion and overall health generally. So I really enjoy doing that. I try to do it at least once a day when I can. So yeah, that is my reading and walking standard. I have a good time with it. And I highly encourage people to try it because I am a motion sick girly, but apparently I don't get motion sick when I walk. I don't know how that makes sense, but it doesn't happen for me, so I guess it's fine. But yeah, we're gonna go get an hour of walking in and then we're gonna shower because it's cold and I want to be warm and in my really, really comfy clothes. So let's go walk. Hey there everyone, it is Wednesday afternoon now. We are slowly but surely making our way through this week and we have book club in just a few minutes. So I just wanted to give you all a real quick update on some reading, and I also went to the library, so I wanted to show you all what I got. So first off, from a reading standpoint, I made it to page 241 out of like 360 for Daisy Haites The Great Undoing. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tell my friends that I did not complete the book, which actually just breaks me in half. I hate when I don't do that. I really feel so guilty for it, and we had 2 weeks to do it, and I read 2 other books in that time, so I really should have done it and prioritized it more, but it took me way longer to read it apparently. It took me way longer to read An Enchanting Case of Spirits last week because I just wasn't that into it, and then that slowed down my progress for this book. So it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine, but I am annoyed with myself, and that is obviously on me. But I had to go return our library books today, so I picked up 3 more. I love just looking at the new category because I really enjoy just browsing books, and I don't need to really acquire any new books unless like they're really at the top of my radar. So I just like browsing, and then I can just take them home and see if I like want to try them out or not, and I like that method a lot. So I got 3. So first I picked up The City of Stardust by Georgia Summers. This sounds so interesting. This is a fantasy new release and the cover is obviously super stunning. For context, for centuries the Everlys have seen their best and brightest disappear, taken as punishment for a crime no one remembers for a purpose no one understands. Their tormentor, a woman named Penelope, never ages, never grows sick, and never forgives a debt. So in this story, we're going to follow our main female character as she goes off to search for her long-lost mother and hopefully break this curse against Penelope. And I think that we are going to have such just a wild adventure component to this, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope that I get to this one. It is kind of shorter for a fantasy, so I would like to make it a priority. Next, I picked up my first dark romance book. I'm a little nervous, but I think it'll be okay because Larry Reed's hypes this book up a lot, and that would be Her Soul to Take by Harley LaRue. And in this story, we are following a demon who is just really good at killing people, and his cult that he works for wants him to kill this girl, and he doesn't want to do that. And I think that we're gonna see a demon kind of fall in love, and I love that. I eat that stuff up. And the last book that I picked up was Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, and I am really excited for this one because everybody raves about this one, and it's an accidental pregnancy trope. I think we're going to have great representation in here, and everybody says that Beau is just amazing. So I think that is going to be a ton of fun, and I really hope to get to it. And I am really glad that my library had it because I'm pretty sure they stopped printing the independent publishing like this one, and they're going to publish it traditionally. So I couldn't find a copy of this, so I'm really excited that my library had it. That is the library haul, and I am just so happy with it. It's been a ton of fun. I try to go like once a month to pick some books up and just see what's new. So I am really glad that I did that, and now I get to go make some dinner for my friends, and I'm excited to see them. I really can't wait. It's been 2 weeks, and we normally never go that long without seeing each other, so I'm very excited. Let's go do it. Good morning, everyone. It is, wait for it, Friday morning now. Yesterday, you didn't miss much. You missed me getting home at 6 p.m., rotting on the couch, eating dinner, convincing myself that I needed to do my nails, and I'm actually very happy that I did. That was the one thing that I did yesterday, and I think they turned out pretty good. I'm really excited about this like blue color. It feels weird. It's a little bit jarring when I look at it because I'm used to the neutrals, but it's like springy and fun, so that's that. Today's the day. We are going on a little trippy trip after work, and well, we are taking a half day, so we'll leave around noonish and get some groceries and then head out. But I am really trying to stay positive because it is supposed to be like this getaway house close to all of these trails, but it's gonna rain like all day tomorrow, like midnight to 3 p.m. It's just gonna be a soggy mess. And I am really excited because on one hand you get the cozy vibes of like a cabin and it's raining, but on the other hand the whole point was for us to go out and explore and enjoy some hiking. So I'm hoping that today we can get up there soon enough and at least get a trail or two done. And so hopefully that can happen. I'm really hopeful about that. So we'll see, and otherwise we are going to have a really good time. So first, well, obviously I had to make sure that my TBR is down packed for this weekend. So I still have about 100 pages left of Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing, so I'll be bringing that. Second, I'll be bringing my Kindle so I can read A Letter to the Luminous Deep by Sylvie Catherall. That's another NetGalley arc that I want to get off the books, but I don't know if I'm going to be feeling that. I think that I want like a mystery thriller. I don't know, and nothing on my TBR for the month is really calling out to me right now, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit more digging and get back to you all on that. And I only read like 10 pages of Daisy Haites between the past couple of days, so that's unfortunate. But what isn't unfortunate is that I made a great dent in Arsenic and Adobo, and I'm about 50% of the way through my audiobook for it, and I am really starting to ease into the storyline now. This is like the easier part of it because now our main female character is going out to explore possible suspects for who unalived this food critic. And I am really just liking that process a bit more. So it's definitely getting cozier, and also I love that they are all like, it's really focused around the restaurant business because this person was a food critic and they were not the most ethical in their reviews. So she gets to go around and ask all of these independent restaurant owners about like their experience, and then in the process she has to be kind of sneaky about it, so she gets to go and try their food out too. So I am just enjoying the food aspect of it a lot. It sounds so cozy. That is what I'm really enjoying about this book, but it's going really well. I am happy with it. I am hoping to listen to a bit more today. We'll see what Dylan wants to listen to going up to wherever we're going today. and because that's a 2-hour drive, so that would be prime audiobook time. And that's really it. I need to get through about 4 hours of work, and then I am going to start packing and then get out of here. So I will take you all along, and I'll see you then. We are clearly back home now, and I have quite a few updates, so go ahead and get cozy because we have a lot to catch up on. So first, let's talk about the trip. It was so lovely. Scooter had such a blast. He was just so tuckered out now. I am just so happy we got to bring him and let him go out and sniff somewhere new. It was just so much fun to see him, like, so excited about everything. Also, it was really nice to get away because we could just go out and just get away from being at home because we haven't really had much of a trip since it's been like the first quarter is kind of like muggy. There's nothing much going on, so we just kind of stay put. So it was nice to have a change of scenery and just get out in nature. However, we actually came back last night because we both slept so horribly on Friday night, like the kind of sleep where you don't even think that you've slept. Like, just was I staring at the wall all night, fading into and out of consciousness? And I am really not sure why we had such a struggle with it, but we did. So we were a little bit cranky on Saturday morning, and then also it had been raining all night. So everything was muddy, just extremely muddy, but we wanted to still go out and get some type of outdoor activity in. So we went to the lake, and we were supposed to do an entire like 3-mile loop around the lake, but it was so muddy we just couldn't even feasibly get through it. But we still managed to get extremely muddy, and Scoot managed to get extremely muddy, so we did not want him to then come back into the getaway house and just muddy all of the linens. So we just decided to make a snap decision and come back that night, and I am so glad we did. First, we got back and we gave Scoot a bath, which wasn't, it's always an adventure, but we got pizza, and then I just like rotted in bed and read. So I got my reading in that I really wanted to, and I'm just so happy about it. So all around, I know that we could not have chosen the weather, like you can't really plan for those things, but I think that we still had a really good time, and I think that we always kind of, our first trip of the year is always a little shaky, so now that's done and our next trip will be better. I'm gonna tell myself that. So let's talk about some reading updates. So first off, I finished Daisy Haites' The Great Undoing, and oh my gosh, okay, 5 stars, obviously, but this book was so good. Like, so good. I love these characters. The plot, it has a bit of a plot, so that already makes it better to me than Magnolia Parks, but I loved seeing Magnolia in here because Julian's POV, phenomenal. Watching this gang lord fall and like try to convince himself that he's not, but then having to reconcile that he is, like, it was so, so good. So I love that, and watching Daisy and Christian kind of get their relationship straight. There was definitely a lot of character growth in here, which I really enjoyed, and maturation. So that was fantastic. And the ending, what? So the ending was absolutely insane. It makes me, well, this is the last Daisy Haites book for right now. I have to wait for the next Daisy Haites book to come out, but Jessa's gonna have to get to snapping on that one because this ending was insane. So yeah, I loved it. I am so happy with this series. It was like coming home to these characters, so I love it. I don't ever recommend it. I'll say that every time I talk about it, but I had such a good time with it and I'm just really happy with this and need the next book immediately. And then since each way to the getaway house was 2.5 hours, so we had like 5 hours total, we listened to Arsenic and Adobo, which Dylan was a true champ for, because he really wanted some more like action-y things to be happening, but this is a cozy, and what we're doing in here is talking about the food, kind of loosely getting to the whodunit, so it was stay going. And I think it was like a good kickoff for a first book in this series, so I had a good time with that. I liked how everything resolved and kind of wrapped up, but I asked Dylan what he would give this and he said 3.5 stars, and I was at about a 3, so I think that we're in the same ballpark there, but it's good. But I think for the cozies, it's just pretty hard to be great for me. So I had a great time with it. I really enjoyed the characters and the whole whodunit plot. I went ahead and read through because there are 4 more books after this one in this series. So I mean, I might listen to them. I had a good time with it enough. I might just keep going with it, but I've already picked up another audiobook, so that is for next week. But 3 stars, a good time. It's a cozy, so nothing too standoutish, but fun. And then the book that I rotted in bed with last night was 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, and you all know I just finished the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, so I was so stoked to get into this one. I actually let TikTok like choose what book I was going to read, and I had 3 thriller options and this one won, so I was really stoked about that because I really wanted something kind of like intense and thrillery and not more of like the laid back kind of, because one of the books that I had put up, people were like, oh, like it's sarcastic and cheeky, and I really wanted something with a little bit more like adrenaline to it. So this has definitely been that. I'm on page 130 and I'm looking forward to reading more of this today. I really am excited about it. I think it's so much fun, and our main character is so interesting. Like, I just do not know what to make of her. I'm hoping that all of that kind of brings itself to light, but she is unfortunately a very scatterbrained woman in high school, and her friends are all hopping into this RV and driving down to spring break. And we learned that her mom has passed, and ever since, her dad has just basically been a ghost, just drowning his sorrows in alcohol. And so our main female character has had to like step up and help her dad, but then also she needs somebody to help her, and I just feel horrible for her, honestly. But all of their friends have been in this RV, and then they take a wrong turn and end up somewhere that they were headed towards, but somebody was waiting for them. And so now this person has asked them to figure out what this piece of information he wants is and to relay it back, but they can't go anywhere or else they'll be done. So tensions are high. I'm enjoying it. It's a ton of fun, and I can't wait to read more of it. And those are all of my reading updates. And now lastly, you all saw I went to Target this morning and I had a few things I wanted to show you. So first, I wanted to start like exploring with other hobbies a little bit more. So I picked up a puzzle, which is a 500-piece puzzle, and it's like green, it's got the plants in it. So this was like $5, it's 500 pieces. So I thought that this would just be fun to do, and then if I like it, I can frame it and have another like room decor item, and I would like that a lot. So this was just a cozy potential hobby that I picked up. And then for my desk, actually, I picked up this like, I don't even know what you call these things. It's a coffee table decor accessory. So like we have this really nice like front, but it just opens up and you can store things in here. And so for my desk that you're currently seated on. I just have a lot of miscellaneous items that I would think would be better put in here. So I am going to do that in a little bit. A little trash can for my car, and then just a really happy reusable bag. So I had a really nice time at Target this morning, and now the chili is going, the laundry has been folded, and now we are going to edit the video that should have gone up today but didn't because we left. So I'm going to edit that and then sit down to read, and then just kind of have like a very chill afternoon. So this has been the longest update imaginable. Thank you for sticking with me, and now let's go get to the other things that we need to do so that we can just get cozy for the afternoon. Hey there everyone, I am just coming on to close this vlog off, so let's wrap up what I ended up reading this week. So the first book that we finished this week was Daisy Haites, The Great Undoing by Daisy Haites, and I gave it 5 stars. I absolutely love this series and these characters. It is so toxic, but the growth in here I felt like was really well done, and the plot was really moving, and we got to see a lot of characters experience emotions that they never have before, and it was just perfect. It was so good, but also so gut-wrenching at the same time. So I love this. I love the ending, and I can't wait for what's next. Next, I finished reading the audiobook for Arsenic and Adobo by Mia P. Manansala, and I gave this 3 stars. This was a perfectly fine cozy mystery. It was a little bit slow on the mystery, but we also got to see a lot of like cozy baking and food related elements, and also family perspectives. So I really enjoyed that, and I'll probably honestly continue on with this series because now I know these characters and I'll get to see what they're doing in Shady Palm. So I think it could still be fun and just like a low stakes audiobook series to listen to. And then lastly, I ended up getting about 260 pages into 5 Survive by Holly Jackson, and I'm trying to reconcile with myself how I feel about this book right now, because it keeps getting better as we keep getting closer towards the resolution. Like, stakes are getting higher, people are getting a little bit more savage, but I am not getting the same really great feeling that I got when I was reading A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But I also can't compare a standalone to a series where I've built up all of these expectations over that time. Like, this is a standalone, it's going to act like a standalone, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see how the ending is because it's pretty intense, and I'm hoping that it all resolves in a way that gives me a really, really great perspective on Holly's standalone novels. And those are the books that I read this week. I felt like it was a really good week. I didn't read as much as I was thinking that I would, but I still got to read a lot of really good books. So I am happy with that, and I'm even more excited for next week because I have a pretty solid reading lineup for then. So you'll have to check out that next vlog when it comes out. Thanks for sticking around this week, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye!